give with this dead track, but he's not going to be as effective as he has been early this campaign on those heavies. Well, it's hard to know what to do with this next horse. Wow. He showed good promise in New Zealand, and hence he was obtained by the Bryan Martin Racing Syndicate, but he was coming back from a 2-year layoff when we saw him here for the first time in Victoria at Geelong. He got back and he weakened out of it. Ballarat, a slightly better performance, though he was a long way off them. And he just had to do too much work from a wide gate last time, and he weakened after making an early move. Small field, he's not going to have to do the work that he did last time. He's got Brad Rawiller trying to bring home a double. He'll be fitter from those couple of runs coming back from a long break. He's a horse that always carries a bit of condition, and he's trying to bring up a double for Bryan Martin Racing Syndicate after success with Ruby Slippers earlier.
So, you're going forward, Reflection needs to win this, and you think he would. Wow looks probably maybe the danger. So they're just about set. Coming in well. Waiting on just Wow to come up, and also Reflection. Jamie Mott, of course, Brad Rawiller on Wow. The Monsieur 6-year-old. So the last few getting set. They've got a great card at Geelong tomorrow. That Cup is an absolute beauty. Great program coming up. Geelong Cup, one of the best they've had in many years. Now just about set. Ready to jump. Starting from the chute. Cup start point coming up on Wednesday after the Melbourne Cup, and they're off. And Second World dawdled out of the gate. He's going to go straight back towards the tail. Wadima from gate number 1 away pretty well, but Prima Dolly out in the centre will charge to the front and go away and lead by 2 lengths. In second position, Well Written, just a little keen at the moment. Wadima on the fence, then Wow Reflection, and Second World is 2.5 lengths away last. Prima Dolly in front for Bradley, cruising along at the pace from Well Written, and back on the fence, Wadima. Wow found a good trailing position. He's got the favourite Reflection back on his inside, Rawiller, and Second World is still last. So the small field goes out of the straight, and they head up towards the 1450. It's Prima Dolly in charge. Shows the way from the front from Well Written and Wadima, tucked in nicely on the fence. Wow, the former NZer outside of it, and 1.5 to 2 lengths Reflection. So Mott now has a big option to come away from the rail, and that's exactly what he does. He jumps onto the back of Wow as they dawdle to the back straight, and last of all, Second World on the fence. Inside the 1,200 metres mark, and Prima Dolly left alone from Well Written and Wadima. Wow outside of those, only 3.5 from the speed. Then came Second World, and now back to last of all is Reflection. And he's only about 5 lengths to 6 lengths away from Prima Dolly. Heading up towards the far bend, 8.50 to run. Prima Dolly 1.5 in front of Well Written and Wadima. On the outside, Wow, poised to pounce and ready to go when he wants. On the fence, Second World. And Reflection's rider, he wants to move. There's no pace on, so he's going to go around the field. He'll get up outside the leader very, very easily. Coming inside the 600 metres mark, Well Written in the centre, kicked up with Prima Dolly on the rail, and now the favourite Reflection 3 out. Wow behind those, Wadima on the fence, heeled along. 2 lengths away, Second World, who was outsped when they quickened on the bend. Around the corner, Prima Dolly in front of Well Written. Favourite Reflection still there on the outside, going after the 2 leaders. Wow peels around his heels and sets sail down the centre with a good run. Reflection hit the front, but here comes Wow. He quickly wound up on the outside and moved up, and Wow raced to the front at the 100. Wow in front of Reflection and Prima Dolly, and the Martin Racing team go home with a double. Wow wins it by 1.25 to Prima Dolly, I think, in front of Reflection. Then Second World. They were followed well back by Well Written and Wadima.
Well, it was a matter of wow with the turn of foot he showed. It was a good ride by Brad Rawiller. He was just sitting back in play. He was just nursing him along, and he had the advantage of getting onto the back of Jamie Mott's mount because Jamie slid up. He was waiting for the speed to slacken. It did, heading off the back straight. He was back in place. He got his horse Reflection into the race, but Wow just had the run off him to run him down. For Reflection, he struggled to get past Prima Dolly, and the judge trying to decide whether he in fact has. There might be a nose margin in it, numbers to come through. Of the rest, Well Written just wanted to have his head on one side for most of the race. Wadima every chance, box seat, she weakened out of it, and Second World was never in the hunt after racing back once Reflection made that early move. But a good win to Wow, a double for the Bryan Martin Racing Syndicate, of course, with that win of Ruby Slippers earlier. I think it might be the Syndicate's first double. We might see if we can get Brian on on. He's definitely here on track. 4-1-10, so the favourite has finished in second. Prima Donna in third. The bolter of the field at 60-1, boosting the trifecta. But it's wow, good to see him on track after that long 2-year spell. Richard, I'll have all the details, including a couple of post-race interviews very shortly.
Bryan Martin.
Well, Bryan Martin joins me, of course. Big day for the syndication.
Fantastic, fantastic. First time we've ever had a double. First time as an owner I've ever had a double. And all these people are terrific people. They love their racing, and that's what we're about. And we've waited over 2 years for this horse. Wow, he had good form through Mr. Tipsy in New Zealand. Everything went wrong with him. All sorts of problems. But Lindsay Park and the team there have just worked on him and worked on him. And you know, it's come to fruition today, so it's Cox Plate week. Well, I wouldn't be happy.
That's right.
Exactly.
Time for you to fire. The mare earlier, of course, ran well, and about time she got a win. Another one that's going to go through her grades. Yeah,
she did a great job. She was sort of having a 10th start, and she was probably the best maiden around, so it's a fantastic day for us.
Well done, Bryan.
Good idea.
And Brad, another win for you today, big day for you. And when Jamie went around you, he had a cart into the race.
Yeah, I was sort of right. I wasn't, the other day, seen on a sort of strong speed, worked hard, and was a little bit weak, really, even though we'd worked a bit strong. So today I was happy to go on slow, because track worker can, you know, run home pretty sharp. So I was sort of happy to leave it late. You know, I wasn't ever going to be far off him. And when the favourite sort of went around us, it was the perfect horse to give us a lead up, and we were too good in the finish. Just a nice win.
We've been waiting to see that from him today. Now that he's done it, do you reckon he can slowly go through the grades, provided he stays sound?
Yeah, I think today will be a great confidence one. I'd love to see sort of the next one, just probably an easier one again, just to put the score on the board, you know, 2 in a row, and then I'm sure he's got more ability than that, so hopefully he can, you know, be able to take leaps and bounds from there.
Well done.
Cheers.
Another win for Brad Rawiller.
Yeah, well done to the Connections.